Okay, so a little bit in the preach that was kind of quickly um, sort of skipped over the Zipporah and circumcising her son, Moses' son, as well, and the bridegroom of blood, etc., and what might be going on here. And I think what is clearly going on is pretty clear, but there is something perhaps that may be sort of lost through time, which we're going to have a go at kind of drawing out a bit. So let me just read it, okay? It says, "And on the way, at the place of overnight lodging, Yahweh encountered him," that's Moses, "and sought to kill him. But Zipporah took a flint knife and she cut off the foreskin of her son, and she touched his feet." The Hebrew word there is regel for the feet. "And she said, 'Yes, you are a bridegroom of blood to me.' And he," that's Yahweh, "left him," Moses, "alone. At that time she said, 'A bridegroom of blood,' because of the circumcision." So the Abrahamic covenant, as we know, required circumcision as a sign and seal of that covenant. And Moses has clearly neglected to do this. And as I mentioned in the preach, the same thing happens with the next generation as they are about to enter the promised land. That's in Joshua 5:2. Now, God threatens to destroy Moses. So I think the message here is that Moses has done something very seriously wrong, very sinful and rebellious. And it's the fact that his son was not circumcised. His male offspring was not circumcised. Now, the Midianites had clearly, they're descended from Abraham as well, had clearly retained this knowledge of God. And one of the problems or themes that runs through all of Torah and the Hebrew Bible as a whole and into the New Testament is that Yahweh cannot draw near to sinful humanity. Okay, this is the basic problem since Genesis 3. Yahweh is so holy that his presence destroys anything not pure. And at the end of Exodus, we're going to see that when the tabernacle was built, that Moses himself could not even enter in. And this is because Moses, like all of us, was sinful. And the book of Leviticus is going to have an awful lot of instruction about ceremonial cleanness. And although circumcision is earlier, circumcision is the primary symbol of cleanness. It doesn't make a person without sin, but it symbolizes being without sin. So Moses' son is ceremonially unclean. Now, the word regel for the feet, I am told by one scholar, can be a euphemism for the male genitals. I guess we use euphemisms in modern speech as well. So what she may have done is removed her son's foreskin, circumcised her son, and then literally, she was probably angry, took the foreskin and put it on Moses's genitals. Now, if it, the foreskin would be bloody, that would make him ceremonially unclean. Yet, Moses himself had been a bridegroom of blood. That is, a circumcised groom when they married. He was circumcised. Why was his son not circumcised? So, in circumcising her son, she makes Moses himself deliberately, ceremonially unclean. Now, the verses are difficult. They can be read and interpreted differently. But something else which is clear is that Zipporah, a Midianite woman, performs the function of a priest. And one other difficulty with this passage is, you see that I'm putting in Yahweh and Moses by way of explanation. Well, in the original, there are only pronouns, he, him, etc. So it can even be read, you can even switch Moses and Yahweh around to give another sense to the passage. Okay, so I kind of skimmed over this in the preach as it was long enough already.